Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a really huge change in how we all build software. We're talking about the evolution of security, from being this final hurdle you have to jump over to a core principle that's baked in right from the very beginning.
For years, this was just how things were done, right? You'd build your awesome new application, and just before you were ready to launch, you'd send it over to the security team for one last check. It was literally the final gate before going live.
But here's the problem with that. In today's world of super fast, continuous development, making security the very last step, well, it often brings everything to a screeching halt. It becomes this massive bottleneck that forces teams into really expensive and time-consuming rework. So naturally, the first big change was to take that slow manual review process and automate it. This was the first real leap left, integrating automated security testing right into the development pipeline itself. Okay, so the first key tool we need to talk about is SAST, which stands for static testing. You can think of it like a master architect who's reviewing your building's blueprints, that's your source code, long before a single brick is ever laid. It scans for common vulnerabilities, stuff like SQL injection or just bad coding practices, and he can do all of this without even having to run the application. And then you've got DAST. So if SAST is the architect looking at the blueprints, DAST is kind of like the security team you hired to try and break into the finished building. It tests the running application from an attacker's point of view, poking at the locks, the alarms, the windows, trying to find weaknesses that only show up when the system is actually live.
So the really crucial point to get here is that SAST and DAST aren't competing against each other. They're totally complementary. SAST gives you that early inside-out view of the code itself, while DAST gives you that later outside-in view of the running system. At the end of the day, you really need both for solid coverage.
And this is just a brilliant illustration of how you make it all work in practice. You put the right test at the right stage, so you run a SAST scan on every single code commit. That gives developers instant feedback. Then, once that code is deployed to a staging environment, you run a DAST scan to test it out in a live state. It just makes sense.
But, having all these automated tools is only part of the story. The real revolution here isn't just about automation. It's a fundamental change in philosophy, in how we even think about security.
This quote from some government security guidance really captures the essence of the entire shift left movement. It's all about moving away from treating security as a final checkbox and instead weaving it into every single step of the process. Just look at this timeline. Traditionally, security was this big wall you'd hit late in the game, right around the testing phase. Shifting left literally means tearing down that wall and spreading security concerns across the entire life cycle, starting from the very moment a project is even conceived.
So why does this matter so much? Well, the benefits are huge. You find and fix vulnerabilities way earlier, which is drastically cheaper than fixing them after launch. This proactive approach doesn't just save money, it helps you build systems that are fundamentally more resilient and secure from the ground up.
Okay, so how do you actually put this new mindset into practice? Well, it's been formalized in a framework called Security by Design, which is all about turning this philosophy into a concrete plan of action. What's so interesting about this is how it visualizes the whole concept. On the left, you've got your standard system development lifecycle, the SDLC. But look, running in parallel, step for step, is the Security by Design lifecycle on the right. For every single development activity, there's a matching security activity. Security is no longer an afterthought. It's a constant partner throughout the entire process. This framework gives you a super detailed roadmap. As you can see, it breaks down these specific security activities that need to happen at each and every phase of development. It sets up control gates and defines what security reviews are needed before you can move from, say, design to implementation. It's an incredibly thorough plan. And this table right here, it transforms those abstract goals into really concrete actions. So during project initiation, you're not just talking about features, you're already doing a preliminary risk analysis. During the design phase, you're actively reviewing the security architecture. It makes security a real tangible part of every step. All right, so if we've shifted security all the way to the very beginning of the process, what could possibly be next? I mean, where does this trend go from here? So here's the conceptual limit of everything we've talked about so far. Even with the absolute best SAST, DAST, and manual reviews, you're still fundamentally just hunting for the presence of bugs. You're searching a really complex forest, just hoping you find any problems that might be hiding in there.
The ultimate shift left is a complete paradigm change. It's about moving beyond just finding bugs to mathematically proving their absence. And that's the difference between what we call testing and something else known as formal verification.
Formal verification takes a totally different approach. Instead of just running tests, it uses advanced logic and mathematics to analyze your code. It's kind of like creating a perfect mathematical model of your system's rules, and then using a powerful engine to prove that it's impossible for certain types of flaws, like a data leak, to ever occur. It's not about finding bugs, it's about proving they can't exist in the first place. And that really brings us to our final thought for today. As we've seen, the trend is crystal clear. It's moving from security as a wall you build at the end of the process to something that's woven into the very fabric of your software from day one. So the question to ask yourself is, which approach is your team taking?